Yeah.
All right, cool. Welcome back to another episode here of Africans Talk Football. How's everybody doing tonight? How y'all feeling?
Good, man.
Good.
Really good. Been real busy, but it's been good.
Yeah, it's kind of been a crazy end to the summer. We've had a lot that we've been working on with ourselves. There's been a lot of football going on as far as we can talk about the Olympics right now. We can talk about all of the matches that our teams have been in just because we're gearing up to start the season. But it's been fun. It's been one of those years where football hasn't really stopped. To be honest, over the summer we had Copa and we had Euros earlier, and now we are going straight into the Olympics. And we got a week and a half, 2 weeks left. Prem season starts. It's getting kind of crazy. Again, thank you again to all of our friends, all of our supporters, all of our fans out there, whether this is the first episode that you're here listening to us or whether you've been with us from the beginning. Just want to thank you again. We're seeing a lot of love from you guys, especially when in our last couple of interviews. It's been dope to actually get that series started. We have a lot more coming for you guys down the pipeline as far as interviews and just some different content that we can give y'all, just so it's not just our weekly recap of our teams and what's gone in Prem. So definitely stay tuned. We have a lot more for you, and it's been fun just to kind of switch up from our normal weekly episodes. But you know, um, Prem is about to start. The Prem is about to start. I want to open it up. How do you guys feel thus far with your preseasons? Just like general, if you had to give it an A, B, C, or D, and then we can kind of get into our teams. But generally, how do you feel about preseason so far? Or do y'all even care?
Nah, for me, I mean, for United, I feel like it's been poor. But as a just like watching everybody's preseason, I just feel like this year preseason as a whole has just not been like all the good teams haven't really like shined in my opinion. Um, I know that most of the established teams or a lot of their established players have been away in the international competitions, but it's been good football. I mean, I'm obviously appreciative that we're getting football, and I mean they're in the states too, so that's pretty cool. But I haven't really been too impressed with preseason so far.
Yeah, I don't put anything in preseason. Honestly, I mean, cool to see some guys get some touches, but I honestly was just looking at our youth players. I know the youth players are out there. I know they're trying to ball out, be seen by the manager. So I've honestly been excited just to see our youth, and we have some youth players. I'm seeing these some of our youth players that look good. They did not look bad in these preseason matches. So happy to see them because I hear about them and see them on Rising Ballers and all these Instagram pages and stuff like that. But actually, dope to finally be able to sit down and see them, in a match type setting. So, but yeah, I don't really put too much in the preseason.
Yeah, I think for Chelsea fans, hard for us to judge because we're coming up another season with another new manager. So this preseason is kind of going to show us a little bit of what he's going to do, philosophy, or at least we're eager to see what this team is going to be about. And compared it to last year, we did very well in the preseason. We showed a lot of promise, and then the season went bad. This year, it's been very, very like concerning, especially if you look at our defense and how we've played. Um, I don't know. I don't want to put too much into it, but it's hard not to because we're starting a whole new era again with a whole new system with a whole new manager. So, what do you have to look forward to but the preseason? So, for Chelsea fans right now, I think even though we don't want to put a lot into it, you kind of just that's the only thing you have right now. So,
I hear that.
yeah,
I hear that.
it hasn't been good for us so far. So, I don't know.
Mike, let's
Hopefully, something happens.
Yeah, Mike, let's start there since we all were at the Chelsea versus Man City match this past weekend in Columbus. Let's just start there with that match. How did you what was your overall consensus? Because the Prem starts, what is that? The Community Shield is coming up in a week, and then the
This
prep
weekend.
starts. Or is this? Yeah, so it's this weekend, Community Shield, and then first matches are next Friday. Yeah, dang,
Yeah.
next Friday is the
Oh
first
my
match of
gosh,
United.
you're
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
pretty much
it's kind of crazy.
We're back.
Yeah, August 2nd. That's crazy. No, but let's talk about it because we're now in crunch time. You know what I'm saying? Like this is preseason, yeah, but we're about to start in about a week and a half. So I texted you today. I said, generally, from what I've been seeing over preseason, I think the team we showed today against Madrid was probably our starting 11 minus Cole
Yeah,
Palmer,
close,
maybe minus another couple of players. But from that City match, from today's match against Madrid, biggest takeaways from Chelsea.
I mean, like you said, it's the back line. The back line is so concerning. This is why I was scared to lose Thiago Silva, man. When he's in that back line, it seems like things are more calm. I mean, today's showing. I don't know, man. Colwell, I feel like I'm not seeing it right now. I'm really not seeing it. Badiashile is going to be a problem. I want everybody to record this, save this somewhere. I'm confident this guy is not going to work. He's just not going to work. At least not this season. I mean, I don't want to put too much into preseason, but just your mannerisms and just it's just not there. It's just not there. If you look at the game on Saturday against City, we're playing a City team that's probably playing a lot of academy kids. You have some stars here and there, but it wasn't mostly their first or second team. And we got 4. I mean, I don't know. It's I don't see it right now. I really don't see it right now. From transfers this summer to the guys we took on tour. I mean, some of the guys that were left back, I just don't understand the vision right now. I don't think there's a Chelsea fan out there right now that can honestly tell me that they know what we're doing. I don't think there is right now. I think they have an idea of what they want to do by going, a route with young players and hopefully getting them to grow and develop together. But my God, if you want to actually achieve and win something, if you want these guys to develop in a way, it's not going to lie on the manager's head. So far, you've taken them through what? 3 managers? If you're relying on a manager to develop all these guys, I don't think it's a realistic. I mean, development of a player does not solely lie on a manager. I mean, the individual himself to begin with. Veterans on the team play a huge part in it. If you have a team full of youngsters, who's going to be a role model to these guys?
You sound like me a few years ago.
It's just, it seems like they have the right idea, right? But you have to mix it up. We're going to go into another season where we have to be patient. As a fan base, we have to be patient. These owners haven't been patient with some of these decisions they've been making. So it's like another year of just being patient, like we haven't seen winning football before. Like it just doesn't make sense to me. But
what about today?
Preseason. Today's game, I mean, Real Madrid is Real Madrid, but like again, just like City, Real Madrid didn't play like their biggest guys. Like this wasn't a game where you're like, oh, everybody played. Vini played, Rodrigo played, Modric, Antonio Rudiger. Some of their guys played, but this wasn't a full Real Madrid squad. Same for us, like you said, just a couple of guys here and there, and we'll probably be looking at our starting 11. Another weak performance by the back line. Communication between Colwell and Badiashile, they don't have it. I'm sorry. There's it. I can't put a finger on it, but there's something called it. These guys just don't have it. One thing Chelsea we're known for, we could be as shit as you want, but we're tight. That defense, that back line, that's one thing you can always count on when you look at Chelsea. These guys are not it. Like the fight is not there. I feel like the IQ, just the simple IQ of sometimes thinking a couple of steps ahead is not there. And then it comes down to veteran leadership. It's not there. You said Reece James looked a couple of steps. He looks like a step. He lost a step. Dog. He lost a couple of steps, not just one.
Bad. Looks bad.
Struggled a little bit against Vinicius, but he seemed to have came in his own. But I haven't been impressed with this team. I'm actually I don't know. My expectations are very low for this team. I don't know. I don't know how you feel.
Nah, I would agree with everything you said, especially the part about having that veteran leadership to kind of be another integral part in getting this team better and having patience. I mean, when you look, I know today we're going to talk about our signings, who we've gotten over the summer, and how we feel about them, players in, players out. Bro, we have 43 men on our senior roster. We have to cut that down to 28 by the end of August. We have 43, and then we're also buying more players. So just like you said, Mike, there's no real idea of where this team is trying to go. Yeah, we're buying a whole bunch of youth and hope they can grow together, but there's no real concrete game plan from what I can see as a fan of where we're trying to go, bro.
Yeah.
We have no clue on what we don't even know as fans who's going to be in that senior roster because we keep buying players. We are looking at defenders that we're leaving at home, Chalaba, versus players that we just brought onto the team, Tosin. And there's just no consistency. Badiashile has been starting in all of these matches, and he's our worst center back. So for me, it's like if this is going to be the team that we use to travel to go do our U.S. preseason, I'm assuming that this is a guy that's going to be on the team. Otherwise, what are we doing with him here? Why is he getting first team minutes? Why is he playing with the guys that are supposed to be hopefully fighting for championships down the road? So my biggest gripe, I guess, is that we ended last season on a positive note. Last month, we didn't take any losses. We started to find some sort of groove. We move into the summer. We see a lot of our players played in Euro, played in Copa America, had good summers. Okay, so these are all positive things coming into the year. Preseason starts, and all of the optimism we had is now out the window. So just like you, I don't really have any expectations for this season. I really don't, because at the end of last year, if you would have told me that this is how we were going to start, I would have looked at you crazy, because I'm like, based on everything we went through, we finished sixth. We were in a final. We were in a semi. We were doing all the steps that we wanted to do to go back to the Chelsea that we know and love. And then this preseason is like we took 5 steps back. So for me, I'm really worried about this team. I'm truly worried about what Maresca's ideals are as far as how he wants to play. Because one, he can't blame it on these not being his players, because we already know that our upper management is going to be the one that buys the players. That's already been decided. So for me, it's like, all right, well, we got 43 players on our senior roster. You got to find your best 28, and you have to make it work. Like, that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, but everything I've seen is bad. Just like you said, bro, even when Chelsea was bad, the one thing that we could rely on is our defense. We've gotten 12 goals scored on us in 5 matches. If that's going to be a precursor to what this season looks like, we're going to finish below 10. And that's just how I feel. I'm serious. Like 12 goals in 5 matches, bro, we play 38 in the Prem. Come on now. It just doesn't look good. It doesn't look good at all. No. It doesn't look good at all. And so
you play 38.
I really like, I'm at the point now where I don't even know what to do. We see City week 1. It's going to be a very, very, very big eye opener for what this season's going to be.
Rude awakening.
Yeah. Wait, so let's talk about your incomings, because you guys buy players. That's not ever.
I forgot y'all even got Tosin. I totally forgot about that.
We got Tosin. We got Dewsbury Hall, which, mind you, he looked decent. But it's like, I
like him.
When we buy a player like Dewsbury Hall, but we're still starting Mudryk, we're starting Chukwuemeka, it's like, where is he going to fit in on this team? You know what I mean? Like, we buy in a player, but there's 5 players like you.
He's an upgrade though. Like, no.
He's an
But
upgrade,
is he gonna
but it's,
play? Where is he gonna play?
thank you. That's my whole thing. We
I mean,
bring
I
him
think
in.
he'll take that kind of Gallagher role, like first one off the bench in certain situations. I think he's going to be actually like a very big player for you guys. He may not be the
I like
most
him a lot.
attractive signing, but I just think that like you need them type of like for a lack of a better term, workhorses in your team.
No,
No, I
I
agree. I
declare.
agree, and I think he's even a little bit more technical and better on the ball than Conor
Oh
Gallagher.
yeah, way
So
more.
I
Yeah,
mean, so all that is fine and dandy, but it's like, what
we've
is
seen
our
these
team gonna
guys,
look
man.
like? Like, what's our
All
team going?
these guys, they promised us. You know,
Like we sitting here with a whole bunch of 23 and 24-year-olds expecting to run the table. When one, a lot of them don't know each other. Two, we're coming off a very so-so season with a new manager and a new idea of how he wants to play. We're over here talking about inverting Reece James, playing Malo Gusto as left back because we have to start Reece, and neither of them look good. Gusto's been looking good, but Reece, like we said, he's lost a few steps, and he's supposed to be our captain. He's supposed to be our captain this
Why is your captain keep getting pulled? Every match, every preseason match this year, he's gotten pulled. 60 minutes, 50 minutes. This today.
Yeah. He can't play the whole game.
And I get it. He can't play the whole game, but he's gonna have to. He's sitting the first four because of a red card. So his fitness is gonna again drop because he's not gonna be training with the team. So there's just like a whole bunch of question marks I have to the beginning of this season, and none of them make me feel confident that what we ended with last year is going to be what we start to see this year. Cole Palmer hasn't played, cool, but at the end of the day, he's not going to save our team from 10th place. He's not because teams now know how he plays. And if he gets shut down, which a lot of teams are going to start doing because they know he's our best player, who is going to rise above the challenge and try to take the team to where we want to go? And so that's my biggest issue is just we need to see somebody try to rise above and become a player who we could rely on. I was hoping it was going to be Sterling last 2 years. Haven't really seen it. And he's supposed to be, one of the veteran guys who's supposed to be leading this team. Reece James, we don't know what's going to happen there. And then, when you look at the rest of our team, who has seniority? Who has seniority on Chelsea? So it's going to be very, very tough for me. I'm really not optimistic right now. I know that we have the players to get it done, but it's not cohesive. It doesn't look good right now. There's just no connected. It just doesn't look connected. You know what I mean? And so,
who would you, from now to the end of the transfer window, both of you guys, who would you guys like to see come in?
I don't want to see
what positions? What positions do you think need reinforced?
Bro, our whole back line needs.
I'll do it all over again.
Yeah, it's like
restart the summer.
Yeah, it's like if you look at our roster right now, we have 7 goalkeepers. I don't even know which one's our best one. I don't even know half these guys. We got this.
We know who the best one is. We just
do we? Do we actually know who our best keeper is?
I think your best keeper is the new guy.
And he didn't look great today.
Because we've seen all the other ones,
and he ain't look great today. And that's my point, Salam. We're hoping that this new guy who we brought in, who's supposed to be good, is our best guy. When again we're hoping and wishing on a prayer because we've only seen him play once. So for me, it's like there's just so much. It's like we had the whole summer, but we're putting it all together at the last minute. And for me, it's just not good enough. It just ain't good enough.
I mean, there's no position. If we're being realistic, we don't need to buy anybody anymore. The guys we should have bought, we missed on. Were the veteran guys that we should have got. The guys with experience. At this point, we have way too many guys to be even thinking about adding another one. I see these Osimhen links. I don't even know if I want that, to be honest. As a Chelsea fan right now, that's not even active to me. Because we can't seem to figure out to buy the right players we need. Everybody's either too young, something happens, they're injured. 1 year they play, next year they're out the door. I don't know.
Can you briefly?
If I was to do it over, it would definitely be the back line.
That's fair. Can you briefly talk about the Spanish striker that you guys got? Because I think he's going to be good.
I like Mark Guiu. He's shown that he makes proper
Yeah.
runs. He's shown that
Mhm.
he has a footballing IQ, and he just like you can tell he has a knack for getting close to the goal, whether it's scoring or not. He has a knack for trying to get the ball in the back of the net. I mean, in all of our preseason matches, he was either close to scoring or he did get a goal, or he was involved in us almost getting a goal. So
Mhm.
for me, I think because he's a Barca product, La Masia, they teach him well there. So I like him as a striker. I think he's exactly what we need, especially when Nico comes back. I know he's injured right now, but we need somebody to put a little pressure on him because there are times where Jackson, as much as I love the kid, he has deficiencies in his game. And there are times
Yeah.
where he kind of just makes bonehead mistakes. His IQ isn't where I think it should be for him to be a Chelsea player, but he has the athleticism. He has, the makings of a good striker. So I feel like having both of them on the same team, one kind of makes up for what the other doesn't have.
Okay.
I agree.
So best signing and worst signing of this summer so far.
Best signing easily to me is Drewsbury Hall. We've needed somebody like him in midfield for a long time. Worst signing to me is Tosin. We had a chance to really go out there and pull some strings and see who we can get in terms of like top center backs around Europe, and we settled for Tosin. Seriously, come on.
Okay. Fair enough. Cornelius?
I would agree with Mike as far as Dewsbury Hall being our best signing this summer. Worst signing, I don't even really know because we haven't even seen all these guys, to be honest. But of the guys I've seen,
Yeah, who do you? I guess frame it like who do you expect the most from, as opposed to.
I expect the most from Dewsbury Hall because I knew what he like.
Yeah.
I know who he is. We've seen him in the Prem
Mhm.
before. He's been one of the guys on my. He's like I don't know what it is, but there's certain players like him, like Bowen. They just have that little it factor, kind of like what Mike was talking about. They
Mhm.
just have that little, whether it's maybe
Yeah.
whether it's their work rate or just how like you could just see their passion in the
Mhm.
game, and I like that about them. Right now, if I had to go worst signing, I'd say Maresca. He hasn't shown me shit. He ain't shown me nothing. Like, to be honest, like as far as of all the
It's fair,
guys
it's
I've
fair.
seen, he hasn't shown me anything, bro.
Yeah, it's fair.
We're leaking
The
goals in
code?
the back. He's trying to invert our defenders when he needs to show them how to defend. There's just like a lack of community. There's just there's a disconnect right there. And for me, I told Mike before this game, I'm really not too worried about our offense. I think it'll work itself out. I'm scared about going into the season with this defense we have. I have no faith in our back line. And I don't know who's going to be our keeper. And if it's going to be this new guy, I hope he's good because we haven't seen him in play for real. So it honestly worries me. Like it truly worries me.
Yeah.
That's fair. Hear that.
But yeah, I mean, we've seen a little bit of Arsenal. We've seen a little bit of United. Let's go over to United because you guys had an interesting summer. You guys actually started buying players before August, which is crazy. You brought in new coaches as well, Ruud van Nistelrooy, which the buzz around the team is everybody is gravitating towards him. Former United player, so he already knows what it's like to be a Red Devil, and I feel like he's bringing the old glory back. As far as
replacement.
the way, as far as the way you guys train, and it just seems like everything you see around him is buzzing in a positive light. So, as far as your summer, the guys that have come in, what you've seen on the team so far. I know you have a few injuries with Lenny Yoro and Rasmus, which will be kind of tough to start the season. But as far as what you've seen with the guys you've brought in, how do you feel about United starting this season?
I mean, I think it's been a great summer. It was a great start to the summer so far, definitely. We were proactive. We got 2 big signings in, early in the transfer window. So, seeing, I guess that proactiveness is definitely encouraging. And hopefully, Ineos can continue doing that. Obviously, here we are in August, and we have kind of come to like a roadblock, and I think a lot of that is due to just financially. We just got to balance the books and get some of these guys that are on high wages off the books, and um, in some cases, it's been a little difficult to do. But so far, I mean, as a United fan, I can only be optimistic off of what I've seen. I think that these guys are clearly coming in here. They have an idea of what they want. They're bringing. We have people in place that have shown success in this game at this level. So I think we just got to continue trusting them. I think that again, the biggest problem that we're coming across now is, you know, no teams that we're in negotiations with wants to take, some of these players with these big contracts. So I don't really want to say any names, but like when we talk about like the best signing and the worst, I guess signing for me, it wouldn't even so much be about like the worst signing is some of the signings that have happened in the past because it's because of those signings that like they're on the wages that they're on. So if we're trying to negotiate a Harry Maguire to X, Y, and Z team, well, no one's trying to pay upwards to 200 grand a week for Harry Maguire. Sorry, it's not happening. Um, so in some cases, I think we're just going to have to take a loss and just kind of run their contracts down. But we're going to have to get creative, man, because obviously one of our biggest signing, and to me, I think is he hasn't played. He's played. He's played for a half, but Lenny Euro to me is the best signing, and not only is he the best signing, I feel as if we got a gem. We got one of the best young center backs in the world. I know there's been a lot of talk about how United overpaid, United doing this and doing that, but the narrative is so funny because everybody knew that there was a certain team after him, and that certain team was Real Madrid. Additionally, there was another team also in for him as well too, and they are coached by Arne Slot. But Liverpool pulled out of the race because they said, "Hey, we're not trying to, get into that battle with, with Real Madrid." But here we are with the player. He decided to go where he wanted to go, and we got one of the best young center backs in the world. And it's unfortunate that he got hurt because obviously, you pay upwards to 60-some million for him to get hurt right away like that and to be out for an extended period of time. That sucks. He had a successful surgery today. But just like Kobe Mainu last year, hopefully he can, slowly get himself into the squad and make the impact that Mainu did last year. But best signing, definitely Lenny Euro. Worst signing, I would just really put it down to the signings that happened in the past because it's because of those decisions that we can't really get some of these guys off the books. But I have a feeling we'll get Delit. I have a feeling we'll get Maserati from Bayern Munich. And the one that I'm really hoping out for, SA, Sofia Amrabat. So, yeah, man. I can't wait till we do predictions. I got a good one for you. I got a good one for you. But yeah, shout out Ten Hag. Ten Hag is Ten Hagging. Jadon Sancho is now back into the mix. Here I am. Who would have thought months later I'd be talking about Jadon Sancho's back into the team. But to be fair, to kind of close it off, I think that Sancho will start the season with us, but he will not be in a United shirt by the end of the season.
It's interesting.
I wish he would. I really hope he would stay, but I don't see him.
Why do you say that?
Right.
For two reasons. I think that the club wants to again get reduce the wage bill. He's on very high wages. And I don't know, man. I just don't see like what changes with him and the manager because like the whole problem, what created this friction was between the manager and the player, and I think
You don't think it's resolved?
no, I think that he said that he drew a line in, what did he say? He drew a line in the sand and they move forward, whatever. That's water under the bridge. But I think a part of it, like, even if we wanted to sell him, we needed to make sure that he was in good graces with us so that he's not some like outcast. Because if he was just like a part of the team as he was before, just like, oh, he's just training separately, when teams are coming in to negotiate with us, they're going to be like, well, y'all don't even want him. He's not even happy here. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it hurts us as the sellers to be like, well, we're stuck at this fixed price. So I think amicably, I think for the player and for the club, I think the club wants to move the player to reduce the wages, but I also think that, like, if the player could get a move somewhere else, I think he would take it. But I'm a big fan of him. I hope he stays, but that's just what I feel.
You're feeling good about United right now, huh?
Oh
yeah,
man.
man.
Just yeah.
It's funny what a trophy would do to you, man. It's funny what a trophy would do to you.
Yeah, it's funny you say that, Mike, because if for all of our viewers, if you were to watch all of our episodes, you could not have told me that fast forward in August that I would be the only one sitting here with the trophy. Especially this season. This season, like, has been. I mean, let's think about it. Right, 4 years. This is year 4 for us, right, on the pod.
Mhm.
Last year was easily the worst season for me on the pod as a United fan, but I still walked away with a trophy 2 years in a row. But yeah, shout out my manager Ten Hag and Rude,
And the Rude.
and our certified
We weren't even there yet.
our certified backup. Our certified backup plan, and then shout out to the other guy too. Y'all know who I'm talking about. The guy, the guy, not Ten Hag, not Rude. The guy that was yelling at the boy in the locker room. You know what I'm talking about. Y'all seen the video.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Okay, Gabriel, you don't know. Okay.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna resend it. I'm gonna resend it.
Please do.
Resend it.
No, that's crazy. But I mean, I feel you, bro. I feel like United. I feel like you always start off very, very even keel about your team, but this is the first time you guys actually, in the last, in recent times, this is the first time you guys actually have something to look forward to. I feel like the appointment of Rude is big. I feel like coming off a season where you won silverware is big, just for the locker room. Just so you guys can have something to kind of corral around. And then, the FA Cup's coming up, or the Community Shield, excuse me. So, that's another chance for you to start off the year on a high note. But yeah, to switch gears to Arsenal, very, very unfortunate how they ended their season. As Salam already pointed out, no trophies. Got pretty far in Champions League, which Gabriel all of last year was saying for a successful season, he wanted to see his team go deep in Europe, especially considering they hadn't been in the Champions League in some time. Obviously fell short, second place again in the league, just behind City by a few points. But not too much movement as far as summer signings this year. So, when you look at how you ended this past season, you look at what your main teammates went through as far as the Euros, and now coming into this new season. This is Arteta's fifth year? What kind of I know he came in January, I believe. So
fifth.
Whatever you want to call it. But what are your expectations for not only the team but Arteta? It's been a while since he's been here now, and he's for sure your manager. He's for sure Skip. He's for sure the gaffer. So as you go into this 2024-25 season, what are your expectations for the squad?
I'll start with Arteta. He has to win something. I don't care what it is. That's where I'm at. like I've said before, I think he always takes it easy on these, Carabao Cups and FA Cups, but and he wants to go for the big ones, the leagues and the Champions League. But I need silverware from you. I'm sorry. It's as simple as that. I need silverware. Um, as far as the team, I mean, I feel like we have the team. Not let me not say we have the team. I think we need to build, but our foundation is strong. That's what I'll say. Our foundation is strong. We're just missing a couple of pieces. Uh, Two of those pieces have been figured out. We brought in two players. Mikel Moreno. I know he's not like official yet, but he'll be coming in. I haven't really seen him live a lot, but from the vibes that I'm getting, he's like our Spanish Shaka. That's exactly what I'm expecting from him. Um, they kind of they move and play like very similar. Goes into tackles very strong. Not the same type of finisher. He can't really like strike the ball like Shaka at all, but has vision. Definitely likes to break lines and things, and definitely will defend. So yeah, looking forward to him. Calafiori. I mean, hey, I'm happy.
Aura, the Aura man, Aura.
I don't know about all that. All I know is I'm happy we brought in a true left back. Um, he'll be able to back up Gabriel as well. So if Gabriel ever, you know, if he ever gets injured or needs a break or whatever, we have another reliable center half who's left footed. So happy about that one. Um, and yeah, I mean, I'm being honest. We have solid left backs right now. Like I feel very good about the left side of the pitch right now. I don't know. This has been a problem for me for the past 2 seasons, and honestly, having him in our team definitely makes me very happy. Um, I think like I've been saying, we need one more player. I really can't say like best or worst signing. I think both our signings are exactly what we needed. Um, for me, I think we still need a striker.
You let one go.
Let one. No, we didn't.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah. Oh no, yeah. Well, I was even talking about him, but
I forgot.
the striker,
I don't care about the young
Cheeto.
kid, bro.
What's his name?
Go,
Cheeto.
go. Yeah, Cheeto. I don't want to say I don't care, but bro, go if you're gonna go.
Hey, fuck with
I
us,
don't
man.
know.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
Come on
I
the
mean,
pod, man.
I
Come on
don't.
the
I
pod,
hope
man.
he.
Cheeto.
I hope he's cool. I wish him well, but I mean, we're not about to pay this kid this exuberant amount of money, and I don't know if he's ready to play with the first team. Like you can score. You can score all this in the 21s and things like that, but I don't know. I've never seen him play with the first team, so it's all good. It's all good. I mean, I'm sure he'll. I wish him nothing but the best. ESR going. I mean, it is what it is. I kind of expected that one. I mean, it's sad, Helen kid, but yeah, I mean, you had a great COVID season for us, 2020, 2021, and then after that, it's just been extremely stagnant. So, I mean, I'm not gonna. We have a standard here now, bro. Like the standard is high, and if you're not meeting the standard, then bro, you have to go. So love the sale. He's with a Whoopi, so at least he has another guy with him from Arsenal, and I hope he does well. Yeah, I hope he does well. I don't think any other players left. Oh yeah, we brought in David Raya. I mean, officially as well too, so that's good. But yeah, I just want a striker now. That's about it. I don't think I'm gonna get one, unfortunately. There's Gabriel. I mean, if I don't put too much in the preseason, but he looks the exact same. Everyone's been gassing it. Oh, Gabriel's gonna come back this season and do this. I'm expecting. I don't expect
Gabriel Jesus, right?
Yes, Gabriel Jesus. Sorry, I should specify. I don't expect a big season from this guy. I don't expect much, if I'm being honest. So I would like, another striker. It's Eddie and Ketia might stay because we have a firm 35 million. Freddie and Ketia and Marseille aren't going to reach it. It doesn't look like it, at least. So he's probably going to stay, and then we'll have Kai Havertz. So I'm fully expecting us. I'm fully expecting us to not get a striker. especially if Eddie Nketiah stays. I doubt that we bring in another guy, which is extremely unfortunate. And I think that's the one thing that this team is missing. But if we're not going to get a striker, I think we're going to end the window with a winger. And the names I've been seeing on winger look great. I'm not mad at all at any of them. So, I've been seeing
What are the names?
I've been seeing Leroy Sané, Nico Williams. All this. I don't believe it. I think he's Barca. Yeah, I think he's going to Barca. But I'm like I said, I'm really not even into all the rumors right now because I'm not even logged into Twitter. So I'm not on. I don't get Fab's notifications or Orstein's notifications. But yeah, this is a couple of names I've just been seeing in the grapevine. Be cool to if we bring in a winger. I think we're going to spend money. We'll splurge on a winger this year. So especially if we have some guys leave. So yeah, man. So that's about it. That's all I really want. I mean,
so
if we get a winger, get a winger.
Who are you starting as striker next week?
I'm gonna have to start Kai Havertz, man. Like I said, I have no. Listen, like I said, Kai Havertz. We put him in that 8 experiment for the first half of the season. Obviously, did not work. Even we put him in the 8 role this past week. I think our last preseason match against Liverpool did not work. That experiment has been dead to me for time now. Just put him at 9. Gabriel Jesus is not good enough. He will not score. Once we put Kai Havertz at 9, he had the most goals he's had, and I think in his personal best for Premier League season. So I think that's where his position is for us. I don't see why it'd be anywhere else. We just brought in an 8, Michael Moreno. So I fully expect it was not official, but it's going to be official. So I fully expect our midfield to be Declan Rice, Moreno, and Odegaard. I fully expect it to be that. So I have to, go to the 9, and then
what about Partey?
Partey, I don't think I want to keep Partey, man, but I don't think the manager trusts him. You can't really trust him. He's injured most of the season. We had to literally keep this guy in bubble wrap until the last 5 games to say, listen, bro, give us 5 good performances. That's it. That's all we need from you this season. So I can't trust him same way I can't trust Tomiyasu. Guy is always injured. We're already has a
man.
So
Tommy.
I think defensively fine. I think in the midfield, even if Partey doesn't leave and we keep him, we'll be even more fine. We'll have Partey, Jorginho to back up. We have Odegaard. We have guys that can kind of interchange in those positions. So feel good in the midfield. I feel good on our wings. I think a winger, bringing in a winger would be great just so Saka or someone else has backup. I know Fabio Vieira will probably be backing up Saka a lot this year.
Wait. Fabio Vieira?
Yeah, he's been playing on the right-hand side this year. So
damn.
I can see
he's a midfielder.
He plays both, bro. He plays both.
Anyway, where does Timber fit in all of this?
Timber, I don't think he's going to be starting. He's been looking good though, I will say.
He's good. He's good.
He looks sharp. Been looking sharp the whole preseason. I don't know if Timber's going to start this anytime soon, and I do want him to start because I think he's very, very good, but he's not going to start on the right-hand side. Ben White's already got that locked up. Mikel Arteta came out and said in an interview, he said what's going on the right is great. We don't need to touch that. We don't need to mess with that. So he's not going to play on the right too much this season. I can see him backing up Saliba for sure. He looks good at center back. He's interchangeable there, center back, right back. So he looks good to me. I trust him in my back line. And I just see him, backing up our center backs and our outside back. When Ben White needs a break, because Ben White's been playing through injuries kind of a lot last year as well. So yeah, I mean he'll play. He'll get a lot of time, especially with FA Cup, Carabao Cup. I think, it gives a chance to rest some of our defenders, and he'll be able to come in and get some good minutes. But I don't think he'll be in that starting lineup come season, or for no Premier League season and Champions League. So yeah, that's my team. I'm happy with what we've done so far. I want us to sell a couple more players. So if we can buy a striker or a big name striker, yes, but I don't know.
All right.
So I had a question for you because Gabriel said something about Gabriel Jesus, seen him preseason. It's more of the same. How do you feel about Rashford coming to the season?
He's injured.
Actually, I'm expecting a big season from Marcus Rashford.
Really?
I'm expecting
What?
a very big season from Marcus Rashford, 100%.
All right.
New contract. Last season wasn't good for anybody. But I really think with everything that happened last year, I think he has a lot to prove. I think missing out on the Euros was a big deal to him because, he's come out and expressed how much England, means to him, like to playing for them means to him. So I know not going to the Euros was tough for him, but especially with Xerxes coming in, like that type of profile of player, I think that he's going to be able to kind of drop in a little bit and let Rashford expose that space in behind. I really don't think, from seeing what I saw last year, him and Rasmus always don't seem to work well together. I just feel like Rashford is very like attack oriented, like he wants to score, and Rasmus is a 9, whereas I feel like Xerxes can drop in almost as like a center forward and allow the wingers to go get those goals. So I think that it's going to suit him, and especially the biggest reason, obviously, like him missing out on the Euros was a big deal, but I think him working with Van Nistelrooy is going to be huge too. So I think this will be the first time, no disrespect, I think since Jose, he's had proper coaching, especially in his position. You can say whatever you want to say about Rashford, but the one thing that I will admit about him is his career has been very inconsistent with managers. He's never really had time to develop with one person. I think you really saw strides under Van Hal. Van Hal was the one that brought him in. I think Jose got him a little bit better, but since then he hasn't really kind of kicked on. So I think Van Nistelrooy will help him a lot, and he'll get back to getting some goals for us.
Can agree with that.
I agree. I actually like that answer.
What are you guys' thoughts on Liverpool? No transfers this summer.
Slots.
New manager. What are your expectations? What do you guys see? What do you guys think will
Meet
happen?
the slots. Meet the slots.
They're gambling. They definitely hit the slot machine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who knows, bro? I mean, to be honest, I did see one of their preseason matches. I believe they won. I think it was a 2-1 win. They don't look terribly out of sorts. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know Liverpool because it was Klopp's Liverpool, and obviously he's gone now, so this is a new manager. But their foundation is there. They didn't lose too many players. They still have the same core. Obviously, Salah and Van Dijk are getting a little bit older, but I think because they have the same team, it's easier for them to adapt to a new manager. Because they kind of already know what they have to do. They already have been playing with each other. So it's not like there's a whole bunch of new guys coming in and now you kind of have to figure out how that works. Their manager has been watching them under Klopp for the last, however many years. So he's going to bring in what he thinks he can add to this team to make them better. But for the most part, they're still Liverpool. They're still going to be one of those teams that's fighting for top 4. They still have elite players. They still, if you look at what Gakpo did in Euros, he's coming off a great summer. So he's going to be hungry. He didn't have the best year last year. So I'm guessing he's going to try to ride the wave of this summer. So for me, I think that they'll be okay. I think they're in a better spot than we are as Chelsea, to be honest.
I agree. I agree. Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
actually a blessing for them that they didn't really add anybody. This will give them a chance to even get to build more chemistry with each other. Because last season they brought in a couple of guys that didn't really play the way people were expecting them to. So to have the same squad, same guys, like you said, they already know what to do. All this manager really has to do is just fine tune a couple of things.
It's got to
I don't
slot in.
think, yeah,
Yeah, I
don't
mean,
don't make
Too
it complicated.
too many jokes with this last name.
Yes, it's
don't get me started.
Yes.
Don't
Yeah,
get me
it's about to
started.
be a long season.
Nah, but I think to your guys' point, I think like it's going to be easier for him. I mean, this is the most like this is the I guess like the most ideal situation any manager could have going into
Yeah.
like a new situation, because usually when new managers come into the fold, it's probably because the previous manager got sacked.
Mhm.
But like both of you guys said, they haven't really changed the team. But for me, I think that the biggest issue, which still is an issue for them, is still depth. And I think at some point, like that's gonna catch up to them, man. I really don't think that like just going through that season off that Klopp high, that the aura, the energy, whatever Klopp gives you and stuff like that. No, I'm not
Mhm.
trying to be funny, but I'm just saying like Klopp's like very like like
Yeah. Hmm.
run through a wall for him, whatever. That's what they say. So it's like I don't know. If anything, I'm very curious. I'm looking at the guys that Cornelia said, Van Dyke and Salah. I really want to see them embrace this new situation, this new challenge. Because
Hmm.
they're easily at a point in their career where they could just be like, you know what, I'm just gonna go to Madrid, or I'm just gonna go
Hmm.
here. Like that, I'm not about to go through this with like another situation, especially when you look at the other teams in the Premier League. I think that there's going to be some surprises this year in the Premier League for sure.
Yeah, I
So,
agree.
spoiler, I don't think Liverpool makes top four this year.
Wow. Okay.
Interesting.
That's a hot take to me, but
Before y'all
okay.
go, I know since it's preseason, we have a lot of youth players that played on our teams, and we all tapped in a little bit. Are there any youth players that you want to see make your senior squads this year?
Our whole team is youth players, bro.
Yeah. Like with Chelsea, I mean, shoot. At this point, for me, it's Angelo. I want to see Angelo a lot more than I've seen him this preseason. I think he might be a little bit more dynamic than Madueke, but
Hmm.
that's the thing. I feel like he's also behind him, so he has to do whatever it takes to get in front of him.
Right.
Angelo for me.
Okay.
Honestly, bro, I
Go
hope
ahead.
we play Mark Guiu. I really like what I've seen this summer.
That's a good one.
I didn't know what to expect
Mhm.
because he didn't really play much at Barca, but I like what I've seen so far.
Yo, my team for United, I would say um, Toby Collier. He's from the United Academy. Another guy that I think could come in and make an impact at some point. He seems to be the new guy that Ten Hag has his arm around. Last year it was Kobe. So I think that at some point we could start seeing him in that sixth role. But for me, the biggest one, um, and I think probably has been our best player so far on preseason, is Ahmad. Ahmad has to play
Mhm.
this year.
Yeah.
Like the right wing spot is, well, maybe not his right away, just because Rashford's gonna play and Garnacho's gonna
Garnacho,
play.
yeah.
You already know those two's gonna play. But first one off the bench, I mean, it has to be Ahmad. Ahmad, and people forget, man. Like that guy, he's delivered so many big moments for us. A few years
Already.
ago, when Ole was here, when we like people forget, like when we played AC Milan in the Europa League semifinal, the person who got the goal at the end to make it 1-1 going back into Milan, which was a crucial goal because we ended up advancing to the tie, was Ahmed. Ole benched him, never played him again. Same thing last year. People forget. I think the quarterfinal,
Liverpool,
yeah,
yeah.
in the FA Cup against Liverpool, he scores that goal. We never see him again. So I would love to see Ahmed this year. I think he's ready, and I think he could offer something different for us in attack.
Okay.
What about you?
I actually have 3.
Oh damn!
Yeah. I think
Go ahead.
from what I saw over the preseason matches, 3 players. So I've only really seen like 5 of them actually play, but only 3 of them I actually won on our first team. There's a guy named Salah. I forgot his last name. I'm so serious. I'm not even trying to be funny. His name is let me try to get his last name real quick.
What is it? Mohammed?
Salam.
Yeah. What is it? Mo.
I'm weak. Mahand.
Hey,
Salah Ulad Mahand.
Oh, yeah. You know the lineage.
He's from the Netherlands. So,
okay.
He's from the Netherlands.
He was born. He was born there.
Yeah. So yeah, honestly, I don't know why, but in this preseason, he's like a short little midfielder, little 6, but I've been looking sharp. Like everything's been sharp from him. So I like him. The other guy I would say is before I even say him, what was his name? Because he was fired too. Ethan Nwaneri for sure.
Yeah, that guy.
Nwaneri, 100%. I definitely, I think it'll take him some time. I still think he needs to find his footing because I feel like moving forward, he could really, really make impact. I think like we talk about Fabio Vieira, but I think he can like leap Fabio Vieira in the depth chart with the kind of the way that he plays. And then my last one, man, this guy honestly surprised me because I've been seeing him on all of our pages and they always talk about him and this and the third. But this kid, Miles Lewis Skelly, the left back, I'm not even gonna lie. I would definitely take him. I would take him over Zinni right now. No joke. Like, no, not even trying to be like funny or anything like that. Like, this guy actually defends. He defends, like, and he's very technical with the ball. He's very good on the ball, defends. He's very easy to combine with. Like, I would take him on our squad right now. The minutes that Zinni's getting, I would rather put this youth kid in and have him get exposure. I swear. He is like completely he's lived up to the hype, at least in my eyes, because I've been watching this kid in the academy for years now. And I always hear his name. He can play winger, but kind of in that soccer type, where you're gonna start as a left back, and if he's good enough, I'm sure he'll go to winger. But at this left back position, inverting looked sharp, bro. Looked like he was meant to. He belonged to be there. So I would love to have those 3 start to get some time and some minutes in our club.
You got to convince Arteta because you know how he is.
Yeah, no, for sure. I definitely have to convince Arteta. I don't think, if anything, I truly, Nwaneri is coming. Like he's on the team for sure. I fully believe that he'll be. I think he already said it that he's going to be on our senior team. I don't think the Salah Mahan. I don't think he'll make it. Maybe, but I don't think he'll make it. If anything, because we have so many midfield, we have Partey, Jorginho. I don't see him really getting it. Yeah, I don't think either of them are leaving, if I'm being honest. So, those guys will stay. We're just about to bring in another one. But Miles Lewis Skelly, I would. I think he might convince Arteta because I think even the guys on the team are a little convinced, or we're kind of blown away by his performances a little bit. And just a sharp kid, man, sharp. So yeah, man. I want to see those guys. If I see 2 of them, if I see Nwaneri and Lewis Skelly on team sheet one day, I know we're good. I know we're good.
All right, man. Let's get into Community Shield.
Wait, before we do that, That's a big one. City. We gotta talk City real quick.
Yeah.
Big move today.
Yeah, Julian
Yeah,
Alvarez.
that's a big move. That's actually a big move. Yeah.
Julian Alvarez.
Hey,
You
I'm gonna
think that
tell you,
hurts them?
72 mil?
I'm not gonna
That's a
hold
lot.
you. Zion said it's a mistake.
It is.
Yeah.
We were talking a little bit earlier, and he was like, "This is a mistake," but it is what it is. And I think that sometimes, and I get what he's saying because he said it. I don't want to butcher his words, but he said it's generational talent that we're losing after 2 years, and I kind of agree with him.
Especially, yeah. Go ahead.
No, you're good.
No, I was gonna say, especially like in that City role,
Mhm.
what's required from there. Not, I just feel like, yeah, it's working. Like, don't get me wrong. Going to watch City this past weekend versus Chelsea was like, it was a great experience. Like Holland is incredible. Like he is something else. But
Mhm.
I still feel as if they look better, they play better. Obviously, like, you're not like afraid because like Holland may not, like, I mean, Holland running at you is something, but I just feel as if like Alvarez fit that team like a glove, and you see it no matter. Um, he just sacrifices a lot for club and country. He does a lot of work for a
Mhm.
lot of different people to help the team, and I think
Mm-hmm.
Atletico definitely got a good one. I'm happy that he's off of City. Um,
Facts.
I'm curious now, kind of what that means for City, because honestly, going into this year, I had a feeling that I thought this would be Holland's last year. But if they're letting go of Julian Alvarez, then
They're going all in, yeah.
they're probably looking to keep him around for a little bit longer. But it's going
Why
to
do
be
you think it was going to be Haaland's last year?
I
You don't
just
think he's here for the long haul?
nah. I think he'll be here for. I mean, he's still young, so like he could be here for 5 years and still go to somewhere else. He's not going to end his career at Man City.
I don't think so.
I just think at some point, he's going to want to. Um, I think he came and got what he wanted, which was the titles, the delivering.
Champions League, yeah.
You delivered the Champions League, but I just still feel as if like that's not the ending destination for a player like him. Rest in peace to his agent Mino Raiola, but I really thought that before he passed away, I thought that he was gonna, like do the Zlatan route where he was just gonna bounce every 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at a different spot and doing that, but yeah.
I think it's a huge mistake. I think Simeone likes him so much also because of his work rate.
Mm-hmm.
He loves guys with a high work rate. So I think it's a great signing for Atletico Madrid. But we all forget Haaland gets his annual one,
Yeah.
So who's
Yeah.
who's gonna back up in that 9 role? I think they're gonna buy another striker. If I'm being honest, like I can honestly, bro, I'll give him. Actually, I don't want to give him Eddie Nketiah. He'd probably go there and score 20 goals. I'll be pissed. But
Yeah.
but
Anybody, yeah.
I know, right? But yeah, no, I think it's just a big mistake for City. But teams that are that good can afford to do things like this and be like, oh, hey, go tap a striker on the shoulder and be like, hey, you want to come over? 40 mil. And make City likes to get business done ASAP. You don't see City news for too long.
Yeah,
They just come up with they didn't even drag their feet with this one. Alvarez came out with that statement. The next thing I see, Alvarez talking to Madrid, the deal done the same day. So
Pep let
City,
you go.
yeah, City will definitely, I feel like they'll go and get a striker.
But do you feel as if like go ahead, Gabriel? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you.
No,
I was going to ask you. I'll ask you.
Yeah.
But do you feel as if like, because every year I feel like they sell somebody, right? Like they always like, and I mean last year it was what, Gundogan.
Yeah.
I mean they've got rid of Sterling. They got rid of
Cole
they've got-
Palmer.
they've got- yeah,
Cole Palmer.
Palmer. Like you could go through the list of how many players that they've got. I feel as if for some reason this one seems to be like a
Premature, bro.
yeah, like I really don't know like how you're gonna replace this one, especially when you look at the team, like the big guys. Like I
Mhm.
feel
Yeah,
like
I don't know.
Holland is De Bruyne. Who knows? Who knows how long he has
Saudi's
left?
calling, yeah.
Yeah, and shit. Saudi. I don't know. I don't know if KDB is that person, but I mean, KDB is getting up there. I mean, you've seen what Holland looks like in a high stake environment without KDB. They don't look. They don't. You know what I'm saying? They were coming out with stats like Holland has only touched the ball 2 times in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the person that you know what I'm saying
Mm-hmm.
gives him the ball is not there. But do you think like this? Do you? I don't want to say like, is this going to be like the start of the
Affect.
end? Yeah, but like,
I think so.
do you think this could potentially be like the beginning of the end for them? Because I really
No,
don't see how they're going to replace him at all.
I'm not gonna say
I'm
that.
not gonna. Yeah, I wouldn't say that, but I just think that I think I think he is replaceable. But it's not going to be as good at the start. I don't think someone can come in and have the same type of impact that he's had on this team unless they go and get a big name striker, honestly. And I don't see
Yeah.
that happening. So whatever striker, I assume that they're going to replace him with another. They're going to get a striker before the season starts, or in the after the first couple weeks before the transfer window ends. I think City will buy another striker, but and whoever they bring in will be either, I would say, maybe some young established guy, maybe semi-established, 40, 50 mil, 30 mil, and they're going to just grow him into the team. I don't think they'll get another bargain like they did for Julian Alvarez, and him to come into the team and just instantly make an impact like that. I don't think that'll happen. So in that respect, nah, he's not replaceable like that. But they can make a Julian Alvarez. They can make that, and they can afford to, do that because their team is deep. But I think they'll get another one. I don't think it's the beginning of the end though. They have too many players. I mean, they still have the best coach in the world. And who says that he leaves when his contract runs out? Yeah, we're hoping, but only Pep knows if he's really going to leave. He might sign another year with an option for a second. And we have to deal with Pep for 2 more years. So.
Yeah, I think this transfer could be the difference between them, getting 5 in a row.
Yeah, I think it will. I honestly think it will, because the goals when Haaland gets his annual one, who's going to come in and fill the gap? Is Alvarez, and he did a very good job at filling the gap. You know what I mean? So now that he's gone, who are you going to go get? And are they going to have the same type of impact? Are they going to have? Yeah, are they going to have the same impact? I don't think so. So,
they got Oscar Bob.
Yeah, but
maybe now he can play.
Nah, yeah, they might put Grealish as like a center forward or something.
Yeah, just have him play a false 9 type thing.
Or Bernardo, they
they got options.
They put Zinni at 9 at a point.
Yeah.
Who knows if put in that role? But yeah, I don't think they'll have the same type of impact.
But I will say this though, Julian Alvarez, he went for how much? 60, 70 million?
75.
72-ish.
70 some plus add-ons, yeah.
After 12 months from now, 30 plus goals, he's going to be 100 plus million. He's going to ball out this year with Atletico Madrid. With the way, because Atletico has a pretty good team. They just don't have any shout out to Memphis
killers,
and Griezmann and but they didn't have like a real, you know what I'm saying? They got
Morata's gone too, so
Morata's gone. And bro, this is what he wanted, just a clear opportunity to let me play.
He almost went for 100. It's 75. 75 mil with 20 mil in add-ons.
I'm sorry. It's gonna be 100 plus of whatever he has now. 170.
Yeah, no. I think I mean truly, strikers are just at such a. It's very hard to come across a very good striker these days. So, Bournemouth said they want 60 mil for Solanke.
Is he a top 3 striker in the world right now?
No, stop it.
Who?
Alvarez?
Top 5. Is he a top 5 striker in the world?
Alvarez?
Yeah.
Oh, I think it was
Solanke or Alvarez.
No, not
Top
Solanke.
5 in the
Oh,
world.
that's
wow.
Alvarez.
Not
Top five
Bournemouth.
in the-
Shout out to Bournemouth's all-time leading goal scorer, but no.
That's
I wasn't
crazy.
talking about Dominique.
No,
Not Baji.
he's
Not
not.
Baji.
He's
Shout
not
out.
3. He's not in the top 3 at all. And
Who's the top 5 strikers in the world? He's not 5.
Haaland,
Haaland, Kane.
Lewandowski.
Yeah.
See, and then it just
you
kind
put
of
And
Mbappe.
after
in there.
that,
You put Mbappe in there.
Mbappe. Yeah,
go
I
Mbappe.
guess.
Great
Yeah.
striker, yeah.
and then after that, there's still Osimhen. I mean, I know
Ali
he had an
Watkins.
off year.
Yeah, Ali. Yeah, I don't even know if I put him over Ali Watkins yet.
Oh no, Gabriel, that's a bad one.
No.
Wait.
No, I mean when you look at
How is that a shout?
Hold
How
on,
is that?
Ali Watkins.
when you look at sample size, I mean, shit, Ali Watkins up there.
What? Ali Watkins ball.
I'm glad you said that. We were about to move on. This is a snippet for sure. You think Ali Watkins is better than Julian Alvarez?
Bro,
When you look at sample size,
Now
that he's starting at Letty,
now.
we'll see. But like based
No,
on what you
Listen, he wanted to be the guy, right? He wanted to be the guy. He's the guy.
Mhm.
Are you going to Gabriel Jesus it, or are you going to turn up? This is
Okay.
yeah,
is where we're at.
it's different when you
So
play
for-
for City and you're coming
yeah,
on
so
at
for
70
me,
minutes to
yeah.
find a winner. You know,
Yeah, but-
like when you're playing 90 and
Nah, bro. This guy has
For
scoring
me-
Premier
for me right
League
now.
deciding like goals.
No, but so you're telling me if you could.
Ali Watkins hasn't.
No, to
He
Watkins-
not
they were
Premier League,
top
not
four. They
Premier
were top
League,
four
bro.
this
Big
year, so you
goals.
got to put him up there.
big goals. He
Come
scored.
on.
Ali Watkins has scored big goals for club and country. We've done that, especially in the
Mhm.
summer.
Facts.
How many goals did Ali Watkins score this past year? Give me a ballpark.
He
25.
had 20,
Was it 18 or something? He was up there.
He like 18 and 15 or something like that. He
Yeah.
like-
I will bet you right now. I will take Julian Alvarez's goal.
GA or goals?
But man,
No, we'll do GA. We'll do GA. GA, like I don't think Watkins has a chance. I think if you do goals, I think it'll be a little bit.
Watkins
closer.
was 19 and 13 this year. 19 goals, 13.
And that's
assists.
just in the league.
19 and 13.
Yes.
Okay,
Like what,
so
bro?
32.
That's
So 32?
Those are great numbers for a striker.
That's
You didn't
great
get 20
numbers.
goals. Like those are amazing numbers.
That's fantastic.
Julian Alvarez will get 35. I will bet you here that he will have -2.5, at least 3 more goals and assists than Ali Watkins.
That's not a bad bet.
Different leagues. I mean, La
What do you
Liga,
mean
Yeah.
different league? He's in the best league, right? In the best league.
So you think if
La
you
Liga's
could
the
have
best league.
Watkins and
That's what the
Alvarez, you're picking
that's what
Alvarez.
We'll show you.
I'm picking Julian Alvarez 10
Okay.
times out of 10 times. Shout out to Ali Watkins. Incredible season, to be very honest with you. I'm a believer after this past season. He's the real deal, 100%. But I'm taking Julian Alvarez 100%.
No, not for me. Not for me.
Bro, listen, I haven't seen Julian Alvarez he hasn't had the weight on his shoulders ever in his career.
Yeah.
Ever.
We'll
This
see.
is the first time
We can't
that
say that.
you don't. What do you mean? This is
What
the
do you mean that
first
the weight-
time.
Yeah, but Gabriel, he's playing in a big like. Would you rather?
Yes,
He wasn't the guy.
I don't
though.
wanna-
Man,
I
but
don't
you're
want-
not the
He wasn't
guy.
the guy.
Bro,
I don't
you're
wanna
not,
be
if you're wide
It's
if you're wide receiver one, right? You get the best corner. You probably have a safety to help. If you are wide receiver two, and if you're a second option, you don't have as much weight on your shoulders.
Exactly.
You don't have to carry the brunt of I might get double teamed.
Exactly.
Oh, I might have
Mhm.
you don't have to carry that. Everyone is looking at Haaland like, nah, I want to shut him down. This is my main goal. I want to shut this guy down. Everyone talks all this. Julian Alvarez, he doesn't get that same treatment. You are not the guy. When Gabriel Jesus left City, he left because why? I want to be the guy. I want to be the main striker.
Yeah,
When he came to Arsenal,
he wasn't the guy.
exactly. That's my point. He showed us that he's not the guy. He's not the guy to be R9. Now, Alvarez said, I want to be the guy. I want to play more minutes. He is now in the position to prove me wrong and say, you either can be that guy or you're not going to be that guy. And we will see. We'll see right now. We'll see this season. We have not seen, but when you're it's easier to make an impact when, I only have to play
30.
18 games a year.
The pressure's not really on you.
Yeah, I had to play
But
18
bro,
games,
like,
start a
look at
couple, and my team is already the best in the world. So even if I don't ball out, we'll probably still win anyway. We're good. Like this team, he has to ball out. He has to do well.
Yeah.
Because they just spent 100 mil almost, like he
yeah.
has to do
I'm
well.
saying like, but look at the games that he's in though. Like these are big games though. Like you can say, oh, I haven't. You know what I'm saying? Like to your point about the wide receiver too. If I'm the wide receiver too, but when we get into the red zone, if I'm the number one target, but you're the guy who draws the coverages or whatnot. What do you mean? These are big moments though, because the ball's coming to me. Same thing with him. This guy, I got you. This guy has scored in an FA Cup final. This guy has scored in the Carabao Cup final. This guy has secured a title for season last year when Gundo and him came together. That was him. For club and country, Copa America this year, I would argue to say him or
Salam,
Di Maria De Paul was the best player.
I'm not arguing ability though. I never said he doesn't have the ability, but it's different when you're the starter. When you have to play every single, he has to come out every single game and be on his A game. He is the main striker, the main guy. Can you deliver during the season and still at those big moments? It's easier being a super sub, bro. I'm not saying it's easy being a sub and just going in. It's hard being a sub. Let me not say it's easy, but it's easier to make an impact when you have fresh legs going into I'm not sold yet. Me personally, yes, you can score in big moments, big times, big matches, 100%. Great. There are a couple guys we can name that score in big moments. Origi, how many times has that guy scored in a big moment for Liverpool? Gotten them back in the game. Where is he? So it's like we can talk about moments and guys who show up in big moments, yes, but then can you do this for 38 matches?
Where is he? Nottingham Forest. That's where he's at.
Exactly. Can you do this? 38 matches, home and away, when you're starting day in, day out?
He's going to be banging in goals versus Girona and Espanyol. Just wait. Just wait, bro. Just wait.
Can you do that? If you prove me wrong, please, Julian Alvarez.
Julian Alvarez versus Ollie Watkins.
I'm not taking that bet because it's completely different leagues, and there are so many more goals scored over there.
We could do a champion. They're both in the Champions League. We'll see. We'll talk.
You talk about big moment, bro. Yeah, we'll talk. But yeah, I'm not completely sold yet. It's like you weren't sold on, it's like you weren't sold on Ollie Watkins until this year.
I mean, I think that there's a player there. I don't know, bro.
We know there's a player there. That's not the argument.
I still think that
he's already won everything there is to win.
I still think he has limitations though. Ollie Watkins. I still think that because again, to your point though, like the way teams play against City, I don't want to really drag on to this topic, but the way teams play City and the way teams play Aston Villa is different. So I'm curious
top
to
4
see.
teams, so top 4 striker.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. But I mean, hey man, when you're dominating possession 90% of the game and the field shrinks in about a third, you can only have a third of the field to play on. Let
me ask you this before we go.
Where does your speed and all that, your pace and your power, how are you going to be able to use that?
Rasmus or Watkins?
No, that's. I mean, we know what Watkins has done. We don't even.
Rasmus or Watkins? Pick one.
We don't know who Rasmus is. We don't. I would take.
I know what he is. I know what Rasmus is.
No. You, Mike. You've only seen how many games of Rasmus have you seen? You didn't watch any Atalanta games. All
the United games.
How many United games did he play?
I don't know.
Last year,
all of them that he played in.
It wasn't more than 10.
Because I had an agenda.
That's cap.
Yeah, you had an agenda.
Yeah, no, we've all had agendas. He was
007 in the league.
And then what? And then he scored, and then what?
He got hurt.
Still didn't have more than Jackson, so.
I mean, hey, he had more. I think he had more goals than Jesus, my starting 9.
He went on a tear. Man, speaking of the devil, no pun intended. My Community Shield prediction goes as follows. I anticipate Lissandro being back, but unfortunately, with the injury of Lenny Euro, this game is going to be different. If we can thank Chelsea because Chelsea helped warm Man City up. Because I mean they just kind of laid over on Saturday when we saw them in Columbus. So
Terrible.
you know, but I think that obviously the game is going to be difficult. I think with the uncertainty in the back, more so of who our left back's going to be and who's going to partner with Sandro, it's going to be tough. So
Y'all got Luke Shaw.
I'm going
right?
to say
I saw him playing.
we got who?
Ain't Luke Shaw play this summer?
Luke Shaw plays for England. He doesn't play for United.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know.
Nah, I'm just
Shaw,
making sure. I thought y'all said. I thought
he
he was on heavy wages. I seen that.
he's heavy. Hey.
Yeah, I thought he was on the wages.
Yeah, some's heavy. Pause, but I'm just saying. But I don't know if it's but obviously games against City are going to be tough. I think that they're going to be up for it, especially losing to us in the FA Cup finals. So I'm going to go with a 1-0 loss in the Community Shield. I don't really see how we score. I think the players that are supposed to come back haven't really played in preseason, so it's going to be a difficult game. And then going into the first game of the Premier League season, I wish I could call a get right game, but we lost. We won the last Premier League game we won last season, so we played last season. So I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say we get 3 points against Fulham.
Smith Rowe gonna might get a goal on y'all. I might bet Smith Rowe to get a goal first Fulham match.
Yeah,
Light my boy up, man.
yeah. Smith Rowe and Luke Shaw need to go to the YMCA together. Hit the sauna.
Salam, I think this Community Shield will be what the FA Cup should have been.
Should have? What do you mean should have? What do you mean should have?
It's going to be a rude awakening.
You know what should have happened? You should have been in the final, but you didn't.
Oh, 1-0 theory is very bold of you to think you're going to hold City to 1 goal. Okay.
Right,
bro. Half their team hasn't even played. Their first team hasn't played. The only first team players that have played have been Holland, Grealish, and Ortega. Because we didn't see anybody else on Saturday, did we? Oscar Bob.
Kovacic played a little bit.
Don't worry. Listen, they're ready from the Euros, man. They'll be ready to go. They've been waiting for revenge.
They want it. They'll get it in a Community Shield.
All right. Chelsea, who y'all play first week?
City, man.
Oh, right. Yeah.
We're going to go on a limb and say it's probably going to be like a 4-0, 4-1 game. First game of the season.
You have no faith in your.
We are not ready.
Yeah, we already doing predictions.
We are not ready.
Mm-hmm.
It's not time, man. It's not time.
I mean, we got a whole nother week before our match, but I guess for the Community Shield, I kind of see 2. I want to say 2-1. I feel like City always gets scored on by United, just rivalry things. For us against City, I think it'll be a little bit closer. I think it'll be 2-0 or 2-1 City. Based on what I've seen, I don't really see us coming out strong. It's at home as well, but I don't know.
At home, I forgot.
I mean, you guys. I forgot.
Probably 2-1. Yeah, if it's at home, 2-1.
I see 2-1. I honestly, it's our back that scares me the most. Like I've been saying, I don't know what to expect with this back line, but I'm very optimistic about us being able to score goals. I think we do have a good attack, but we won't be able to hold City. So 2-1 City.
Fair enough. We see Wolves at home. I'm expecting 3 points, nothing less. Get this season started off right. I'm gonna tell y'all my preferred starting 11. That's how excited I am. Calafiori, left back, Gabrielle, left center back, Raya in the goal, well, Saliba, Benny White, my boy Declan Rice. I want to see Partey to start. I don't want to see Moreno first. Odegaard, Saka, and my boy Martinelli. It's gonna be a beautiful thing.
Wait, who's the striker?
Kai Havertz. Come on, who you think?
The workhorse.
The workhorse.
So yeah, I'm excited, man. I can't believe this season really starts next weekend. This is insane.
Yeah, it's here.
Yeah, man. This is
y'all got any shout outs?
Yeah.
Shout out. Go ahead.
Shout out Smith Rowe. Love you, brother. Sad you had to see you go, but it was that time, man. Can't sing the Saka and Mo Smith Rowe anymore, but I wish you nothing but the best at Fulham. I hope you fall out, man.
Yeah, my shout outs are going to be Lenny Euro. Rest in peace. Get well soon.
Crazy.
Yeah, I just killed him.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out Lenny Euro. And then shout out to the guys on our summer series, man. Dominic Badji, Kingsford of J. Appreciate you guys, man, and your time.
Thanks.
And
Mad love.
yeah, appreciate y'all.
Sure.
Mike got no shout outs.
Zero. I don't have any. None of these guys deserve a shout out.
Yeah, none for my team right now, but yo, shout out the U.S. women's national team, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Specifically, Sophia Smith with a 95-minute winner today to ensure that the U.S. went to the gold medal match in the Olympics. Yesterday in the quarterfinals, it was Trinity Rodman that scored at like 105, both goals in extra time. Yo, I ain't gonna hold you, man. Our U.S. women's national team it's fun to watch them because the front three is crazy. It seems like, after the whole Rapinoe era, there was a little bit of a, we didn't win a World Cup, and that team was kind of trying to find its way. But I ain't gonna hold you, bro. These new girls we got, they're
young and hungry, man. They're good.
Killers, man. Right. They're all killers. I think there's going to be something special for real. So shout out to them, and hopefully they can bring home the gold for Team USA.
Facts. And shout out Naomi Girma, man. Best center back in the world, definitely. Plays for the U.S. women's national team. I believe she's at San Diego too. San Diego Wave of Ethiopian descent. Best center back in the game, hands down. Big reason why, obviously, Sophia Smith got the goal today, but big reason why they advanced and didn't let any goals in is because of her.
No, she's solid. She's super solid. And Dunn, too. She been...
Crystal Dunn, yeah, bro. She's a beast.
Solid, man.
She's got some ballers, man. Shout out Rose Lavelle, bro. Cincinnati's
Ohio girl. Girl. Shout out Rose.
She played for Dane Dutch Lions. Crazy.
Bro, Rose is incredible.
Fire.
Yeah, bro. She's incredible, man. But yeah, man. Here we are, season 4. Crazy to think, but
crazy.
Here we are, man. This is our 4th time doing day 1, but I will say to everybody who's seeing this right now, this will probably be the happiest and most optimistic you guys see us from now until the rest of the season. So enjoy this, remember this, and yeah, as always, appreciate everybody for tuning in. Good luck to you.